Hey guys, welcome to Nikki G TV, where we discuss movies, anime, and video games. And today, we're actually going to be making a tier list for Low Elo Pokemon Unite players. And we have a guest, one of my best friends, Dylan Mello. What's up, Dylan? What's going on?
Yeah, what's going on, man?
Nothing, man. So we're pretty new to Pokemon Unite. We probably got 100 games between the two of us. We're both expert, expert level players, mobile players. We've played Smite, Dota, Heroes of the Storm, whatever, all of them. And we're pretty experienced. We just don't have that much time in this game yet, but I'm sure we'll climb up to Masters eventually. So Dill, why don't we just jump right into it? We have the first one up on the screen here is Gengar. For Low Elo, where would you put this guy?
Right off the bat, I'd definitely put him as S tier. Even with his recent nerfs, I think you and I would agree. Like, I haven't played much with him, but I played against him. But here's the thing too, which is funny, is when you do see these champions in lower Elo, we have to take into consideration that these people, these Pokemon are not bought. A lot of times you have to buy them.
Yeah.
So like things like Gengar isn't given to you for free. He's not one of those people you acquire. And the same as like looking at who else. Like Crestle's someone you acquire. Garchomp is another person you have to buy. So there's some of these people that are great for lower Elo. Maybe in the sense that lower Elo players have never played against them. So we have to take that into consideration in where they place them.
Sure. Let's just assume everybody has access to all the Pokemon. But let's say you just buy this guy. You put in some hours with Gengar. What, you would put him in S tier, even after the nerfs?
Yeah, even for low tier, because again, people are not used to it, so it's
even
more effective in low tier.
Yeah, I agree with that. I would definitely put him in S even after the nerfs. The problem with him is he scales a little bit, so you're gonna want to go jungle with him. You don't really see him in lane anymore. But you would also got to remember, like, he's just a bursty guy, and they don't really have ways of dealing with that. And he follows you if you use your eject button with his Hex and his ultimate. So even if you flash or eject, he's still going to be on top of you. The only real way to deal with him is just CC chain, because you can CC him when he's in your Hex. But even then, I think he's just so strong for, like, a lot of these, like, low health champs like Zorora or Cinderace. He's just going to jump on them and kill them, so he's a really good counter. Next up, we got Venusaur. Where would you put Venusaur?
Maybe C or B. It's so hard to say.
Yeah, we'll put him in B for now, but we got to see where everybody else is. He's definitely like even after his buffs, he's just like a drain tank, and he's deceptively, like, doesn't have as much health as you would expect from, like, a heavy, bigger Pokemon. He's pretty easy to burst down, but his kite ability is really good. He's not a frontliner. He's like a mid-range type of character, but his damage output is not enough. And I could kind of agree. He's like a low B, high C, where, like, you can kind of carry with him, but you got to get ahead, and you got to be able to just land all your skill shots. With the aim assist isn't too bad, but if you accidentally hit the wrong guy and you don't get the full combo down, he's kind of dead with, like, the Giga Drain. And people don't really go Giga Drain anymore. They go Sludge Bomb and the Solar Beam.
Yeah.
That's like a dot and a burst, so it's like his combo just isn't good right now. So I would agree.
His ult is cool too.
His ult is cool
for, like, if you're really, I really just think also low elo players don't know how to play him properly. Like, you want to use his ult in team fights. I mean, and that's probably where the best dots occur.
Yeah, he's definitely a team fight. You're not going to 1v1 with. If you're 1v1 with him, you're going to lose every time. So you want to just sit, like, he's good for Zapdos fight. I think that's the only thing you would really be useful for him, unless you're defending, like, a 4v5 bot or top tower. But
he's good at zoning.
Yeah,
and that's the thing that not a lot of people know how to do in this game.
If this was a high elo, I would probably put him in A, but for low elo, I'd probably put him low B, high C.
I mean, now that we talk about it like that, maybe even B for higher tier or A tier, or A for the high tier. Maybe we should put him C, honestly.
C? Yeah, we could do
We
that.
just don't know how to use him in low.
Yeah,
low. Like,
yeah.
it's not good.
The problem with low elos, a lot of people are expecting just like, you know what, I'm gonna pick every champ and I'm just gonna 1v9, and that's not how this game's gonna work. Especially with like champs like Venusaur or stuff like that. So, let's move on. We got Mr. Mime now. What do you think about Mr. Mime?
Low elo, I'd say B. He did receive a really, I believe like his ultimate is really good. Like I've been against some really good Mr. Mimes.
Yeah.
They're not overwhelming where I'm like, oh man, it's S tier, or even like, oh, it's something viable, you're gonna see in more of your games, so A. But I'd put it as a B. Honestly, it's something that I think it's just exactly what it is.
Yeah, he's a good like high elo zoner. Same with Venusaur. But low elo, I would actually put him in C because he's not just like an auto attacker or like smash my buttons and kill you. You got to get the barrier and you got to get the push. So without that combination, he's not going to do any damage. He's just a really CC bot controller, and I don't think you're going to be able to use that in low elo. He's a little bit more difficult. So I would actually put him in C because his damage output is just not enough to qualify to put him in B, in my opinion.
Cool.
Snorlax, S tier.
Definitely S, yeah. His kid is just broke.
Yeah, his from tackle to heavy. I made Snorlax. I'm a Snorlax main. From tackle to heavy smash with the block, and then your ultimate is just you jump on everybody, you go to sleep, you heal up to full, and then your second cast of it, you can get to go into direction. You 2-man knock up again. So with your full CC chain, you go from a heavy smash, knock up 2-3. Then you block them out and push them out of the Zapdos fight. And then when they come back in, you just ult on top of them. So you're just a straight CC chain. Your health is so big, your health bar. It's got a slow decay, and you get to heal up to full with your Unite move. And he's really simple. The only thing you got to keep in mind is you don't want to steal resources with Snorlax. He's so self-dependent. You really don't need to get both moves upgraded. You only really need to go to heavy smash and you're kind of broken. So once you're level 5, you're really strong. So I would put him at S tier. Just remember to not steal resources from your laner. You're gonna probably play him top lane or bot lane as like a support type champ, so you would see him in lane with like maybe a Cinderace or like who would I see him in lane a lot with? Pikachu or something like that, where he's kind of just like keeping them alive, or Ralts even, where you could just, he's really good with Ralts because Ralts is really weak early, so you keep Ralts alive and then you're fine. But I don't know, you would put him S tier too?
Oh, 100%, yeah. Everything you said, I 100% agree with.
Just broken.
Yeah.
All right, speaking of Ralts, Gardevoir.
A.
A? Yeah, I could agree.
A, because he scales. Low elo, like when. Actually, it's so hard.
Yeah, I would say actually B because they're gonna you guys are gonna fight really early, which with Ralts you would lose every single fight. He doesn't do damage until he hits Gardevoir, so it's like level 9, right? Level 10, and you're not gonna do damage up until that point.
I think to clarify too, the reason for this that we're doing this is to show what you should pick in low tier.
Yeah.
And what maybe you should stay away from in low tier.
Yeah. And once you start hitting like expert or veteran, not veteran, I guess expert and up, then you could start picking some of the harder champs. But yeah, Gardevoir, you just can't fight early, and that's a big mistake a lot of the low tier players do. Make them a mistake. So I could agree probably a B, but once you get to Gardevoir, you 1v9. You just got to get there, which is really hard low elo. If you get a good laner, or if you're duoing with somebody who could go Snorlax or Crustle, then it's different. But you got to get there first. So,
Alright, Absol. Yeah.
After the August 4th 1.1 patch, whatever it's called, absolutely busted Pokemon. He's just gonna jump on you and kill you, even in low elo.
Actually, I hate to say it, I might even put him as A.
Really? We could do that.
So I've just seen him in lower tiers, and there's a specific team comp I personally feel he needs to play with in low tier that you cannot. Man, it's just so hard. Like it's just so. That's
high A, low S. Right on the verge of breaking into broken, but if you could get ahead.
I was gonna say I'd put him along there with Zeraora. Like right now, if you want to just go to Zeraora and just put him at A, I put him at A2. Like I do not think.
Yeah, he got nerfed a little bit. His unite move got nerfed. These guys,
they're
we'll put
great.
like a question
They're
mark.
great.
We'll put a question mark with Absol and Zeraora. They're probably S tier damage wise, but you have to get ahead. If for some reason you're behind, which you shouldn't, because you would only be playing these guys in the jungle, so you should be ahead. Like fluffy tail them, get their clear really fast. Then you're definitely S tier. But if you're behind, your damage output's just not gonna be enough. But if you're ahead, you're gonna melt everybody. So it's kind of like if you could get ahead, like kind of like what's what we're looking for, like a little whatever, like asterisk. We'll put an asterisk on it. You're S plus if you could get ahead, but you're A if you're behind.
Yeah.
Garchomp.
I would put him. You put him in C for low. I think that people just don't buy him, so we don't see him as much. And if people bought him in low tier, I believe he would be a B.
Okay, yeah, I could do that. I don't see enough of them. To your point, I don't see enough, so he could be. He could be B. I just don't see a lot, but he's not a simple guy. Yeah, he's a scaler, and he's not hard. You just gotta. He's a mid-range fighter. We're gonna wait for the initial engage from Snorlax or Crustle, and then you're gonna go in. You don't want to start off a fight.
Yeah, he's mid-game champion, like very mid-game, like, and then he'll do well until late.
If you could hide a bush and kill their Cinderace or their Aurora or their Talonflame around Zapdos, then you're like good. But after mid-game, where like you got a top tower or bottom tower down, you're kind of just roaming. Yeah. That's where your strength is. But before that and after that, you're not really much. You want to get your team ahead. He's a support player. Lucario, absolutely broken champ.
Yeah.
Pokemon.
Yeah, I say he's a really good Pokemon. Even in low elo, like you don't really have to know.
Yeah, you kind of just run in. His ultimate's really good for stealing objectives. His Unite move. His kit's really simple.
Dude, I've seen people who really don't know how to play Lucario play him and mess up and still do. yeah. His kit's what they did not mean to do. So
the one thing in common that Lucario, Zeraora, and Absol all have is that they don't evolve. So because they have that advantage, they can get really strong really fast. You just have to be ahead. So you would see the three of them in the central area or the jungle. And if they can get ahead, they're going to just 1v9 and completely carry the game. But unlike Zeraora or Absol, if they get behind, it's fine. If Lucario gets behind, he's fine because he can actually steal objectives. The problem with Absol and Zeraora, back to them, is their health bar is so small. So if they cannot like burst you down and melt you, they're dead. Especially with the Snorlax.
I think it depends on Zeraora, because the way that I play him, like you get a shield when you have your AoE ability.
Discharge?
You get a shield.
Yeah, but even then your health bar is small. Like if you have if you have a Snorlax or a Crustle or a competent Mr. Mime, you're not going to be able to AoE and get on people. You're going to melt the one of them, but their damage is going to be just enough, and you've done nothing. You want to kill their carries, and
you're more of like a go in, do damage, and get out with Zeraora.
Yeah, and if you can't do that, then you're done. And same with Absol. He's just another bursty guy. He's gonna jump on you, hit all of his buttons, and if you live, then you win. If you don't live, then obviously he wins. So that's the thing with the three of them. You're gonna play the three of them in jungle. Same with Gengar. Crustle. I'll put him B. Yeah. He's good for zoning, but the problem with a lot of the low elo guys is you play kind of, and I get guilty of it sometimes too. We play a little bit greedily, where we want to carry the game and just fight all the time. With Crustle, you cannot do that. You can't fight all the time with Crustle. He's got a great health bar. He's very tanky, but he's the CC bot. The problem with Crustle compared to Snorlax, who does the same exact thing, is Snorlax could heal up. Crustle cannot. He's gonna just
Snorlax also does damage. Crustle does not do the same amount of damage as Snorlax.
Yeah, his Shell Break is really good, and his X Scissor, that's the only kit you're really gonna go with him. And your X Scissor is just, it does some damage, but it's gonna just push him back and get them out of the zone. And his Shell Break is just gonna keep him alive. So I mean, and it's a little bit of an AoD damage, but I don't know. I think B is a good spot for him. Greninja.
Just put him where he belongs. What?
You think S?
Think he's C.
Oh, you think he's C?
Yeah, Greninja is not good in low.
Do not go Shuriken with Greninja anymore. Do not. Just go surf, please.
I don't even think it's good. I haven't.
You go surf
I don't even
smokescreen.
see him in low elo, man, and he's a one of those free champions you get.
Yeah. Just don't please. If you're gonna play him, he's awesome. He's a lot of fun. He goes in and out. He's got his smokescreen. Just do not go shuriken. It got nerfed to the ground. It's not good. You go.
Again, I think he's low. He's bad in low elo because just the way that the game plays at low elo, he's just not.
He's an assassin type champ. You do not start a fight with him. You end the fights with him. And then with his shuriken being nerfed, I could actually agree that he would be in C. Because you want to go surf, it's more of a CC ability, which doesn't really fit his kit. It does damage, and it's gonna push people away. That's why it's there. Just go smokescreen surf, please. If you're gonna play this guy, please, please. Thank you. Talonflame.
I was gonna say D.
Really? I think he's just easy enough.
I just played him in a low elo, and if you just go into his lane, if you just go to his jungle early, because he has to level up. When he's his first level, his first evolution, like he should not be ganking. He should not be doing anything early, really.
You need to be Talonflame in order to play this. You can't be you can't be
and by that time you can't play. You can't. Yeah. The game is going so fast now, especially with Absol, Cario. These are all that are just better versions of Talonflame.
I'm moving the B. I'm moving the B because he can do a lot of damage late game, but he's I would put him in front of Gardevoir because he could do damage at his second form, unlike Corlia. And he could, but these are essentially the same type of champ. But at late game, they're going to just melt you, but you got to get there. Charizard, I would also put in B.
Really?
Or C, even.
I was going to say C, yeah.
Yeah, he's just... Obviously, he's one of the front pieces of Pokemon, but he doesn't do damage. Yeah. And his early game is good. I mean, not good at all. It's terrible. And Charizard, it's deceptive. You think he's good. You think if he was unstoppable in his ult, it's different, but he's not. So he's not that good, actually. Cinderace got nerfed, but he's still...
I think he was still considered S.
You still put him in S? Yeah, low elo. Yeah. Play him in the jungle. Don't play him in lane anymore.
No, you could... I think he's...
You could play with him in lane, but only with Snorlax.
No,
with Crustle or whatever. I forget his name right now. With
Eldegoss,
yeah.
He's good. I think he's good with Snorlax. I think he's really good with Slowbro. I think he's good with Ninetales.
I don't know. He needs to level up, and that's why you see him in a jungle more. And his jungle clears insanely fast, especially with Fluffy Tail. But and with his passive nerf a little bit, I could still see him in S tier with low elo because you're gonna want to fight. And if you're standing behind a Snorlax, you get to just free poke and you get your passive off, and then your fireball, whatever. So I could see him low elo S tier. Actually, I agree with that.
Eldegoss, I think if low elo knew how to play him, I'd put him as A.
If you could play him A, but I don't know. Again, you're not gonna carry with this champ. He's just gonna AOE heal. That's all he's gonna and speed you up. That's all he's there for.
Yeah, don't pick him in low elo.
Dude, please just he's okay, but if you know how to play support, then he's good. But if you're gonna expect to just do damage and kill everybody, he's not that good, right? A. No one plays him.
Yeah,
no one plays him.
Really plays him,
but he still does damage. He got nerfed, but he still does damage. He's really good early. His AOE and zoning's really good with his Whirlpool. People don't expect
honestly, I would actually, in this low elo, I would put him C.
You would put him C?
The reason being, I'm just thinking about my most recent games that I played in the low elo. It's just, he does well early game, but low elo is all about the late game.
I guess.
It really is. Like no matter how much you win or give up early game, it's not like...
Yeah, they don't give up either. Elo. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like in high elo, like yes, you wait till late game, but they play early game so well, so even, that like this, just in low elo, it doesn't matter how hard you feed or how hard you're stomping.
Yeah.
If you give late game or around Zapdos, it goes literally anywhere.
I can see that, and he's not good late game. So if this was high elo, he's A. Low elo, I could agree with C actually. Pikachu, S tier.
Really?
For low elo, 100%.
Yeah, maybe.
Because he's so okay, fine. He's so easy to snowball with. He's super strong early. Super strong. You get your electric web, whatever it's called. You stun them and you just get free poking them between the two lane partners. You're going to play him in lane. He's so strong early, and he's so easy to snowball with, even in low elo, because you're going to just be so far ahead from killing everybody. You're going to score and get to top tower so easily. Obviously, in higher elo, they're going to know how to defend against that, so he's a little bit lower, but I would put him high A, maybe even S, if you know how to play him. Alola Ninetales.
Yeah, I was going to say S, dude. That's busted. You put anybody...
But she's hard.
No, anyone...
Oh, they fixed her bug, huh? They fixed her bug? Yeah.
Anyone can play her, dude.
Yeah, they fixed the bug. It used to just... the ice used to just randomly go, but after this patch, they fixed that, and it goes at who you were aiming at. So, I would put her at S, yeah. I could see that. I don't see much Wigglytuff, but I would probably just put a B.
I agree.
Not much to say there. We don't see her. You're not going to see anybody play her low elo. She's kind of like a CC bot who just keeps your lane alive, but that's that. Slowbro, I would put actually an S.
I was going to put him in A.
Just because his kit is so easy.
True, but you... I don't know.
He's got between him and Snorlax, have the best CC in the game.
But I would put him as A because Snorlax just does it better.
Okay,
you know
fine.
what I mean?
Fine.
I just wouldn't put him in that category.
For Slowbro, you're gonna just CC everybody, no matter what you go with. There's no there's kind of a standard, but it kind of doesn't really matter what you go his kit wise. Most of his abilities just do CC. Just lock him down. Again, you're not gonna carry with Slowbro. His damage output is good, but not insane, so you're not going to just melt people like you would with Fed Aurora, Fed Cinderace. You're literally just going to keep them still, stop them from attacking your team, and your team's just going to melt them. So if you could play that way, pick Slowbro, pick Snorlax, stuff like that. I don't know if we're going to agree on this one, but I put Machamp S.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
His kit is so easy.
Yeah, but I would put him as A.
No, I'm keeping him in his S.
Really?
Yeah,
dude, he's... Bro, you don't want to... When you look at... Okay, so listen. When you look at this, what we're creating here, when I look at the 5 champions in S without Machamp, that's what I want on my team every time for a low elo game. Elo game, that's what I want.
Bro,
every game.
If I get the whole S tier line and replace Ninetales with Machamp, I'm happy.
Ew.
No, dude, he's just gonna run in and punch you to death. It's amazing. I love when I see. I don't play Machamp because like I said, I play Snorlax. But if I get happy when I have a Machamp on my team.
But nowadays people can get away from him, especially in low elo. I see. I don't know. I would put him as A, but I understand.
Because like when he goes unstoppable. Snorlax gone, Ninetales gone, Slowbro gone. They don't do anything against him. He's just gonna run in your carry and kill them faster than they kill him. He's gonna kill your Cinderace before you kill him.
But he has to get there.
He goes unstoppable. He's an Olaf. Would you want to play? Putting it in league terms, would you want to play an Aphelios against an Olaf? Because that's what your Cinderace is.
But I don't know, man. But I think there's too much there. But I don't know.
Right. Okay. On the line of S and A, you guys get the point. Stick with these guys. If you, I've said it. We've said it. If you are not the type of person who could let your teammate carry you, don't play Snorlax. Don't play Slowbro. Don't even play Ninetales. Don't play Machamp, stuff like that. You're going to want to play Zoro. You're going to want to play Absol. You're going to want to play Cinderace. You're going to want to play Lucario. These are guys where they're super simple. They kind of just jump on you and melt you. You want to get ahead. You're going to want to jungle with them sometimes or have a really good lane partner.
That's if you're playing jungle. But I 100% would agree with you. I would also say, though, on top of what you're saying, is to play those champions in S if you're if you cannot play mid. If you cannot play center, pick Ninetales, pick Snorlax, pick these champions that these Pokemon that will allow you to actually be of use to your team later on and be very strong in lane early on in game.
Yeah.
Like that's all that S tier is. That's the whole point. Like in low elo, you play those in lane, you know that even if it's hard to play those characters, you're going to be effective.
Yeah. And these last 3 guys, Blissey, Clefable, Blastoise, they're pretty much coming out. They're just not out yet, so we can't really put them on the tier block. I mean, the only one that's actually been like data mined is Blissey, so we know for a fact it's coming out. We just don't know when. Whatever. Blastoise is expected to play, but whatever.
I thought it was expected to come out this week.
Yeah, he's expected to come out. We just don't have anything on him yet. So here it is, guys. There's your low elo Pokemon Unite tier list. Hope you enjoyed it. Dylan, where can we find you guys? If someone wants to follow you on Instagram, what's your Instagram handle?
It's DYL_MELO, Dilmello. Yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. You guys should leave a comment below and let Nick know what character do you want him to do an actual review on, for him to play and review it. Leave a comment below.
Yeah, leave a comment below. Who's your favorite character, and who do you want me to leave a specific review on each champ, and then we'll go more in depth on their kit and stuff like that. All right, guys, you heard it here. Thanks so much. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for liking, and share it with a friend. Let them know so they could come play. All right, have a good one, guys.